Morning everyone. We did get rain. We just didn't get a whole lot of it, but we got rain, so you know, can't complain with that. I'll go into how much rain we got in a sec. But it is, well, it's been a couple of days now. Look at that. We got the nice blue urea here. So what we're going to do, Henry obviously can't get spraying today because it's windy. Yesterday we got this urea delivered. This is just one truckload, and yeah, we couldn't get spreading yesterday because the wind was like 40 to 50 k's an hour. But yeah, we've got our sustain, our blue urea. So we're just going to pull around the spreader, pull around the loader, and we're going to get loading. So how much rain did we get? Down where I am, Rasheen, we got 2 mils. Up here at the sheds we got 4. So that was yeah, quite disappointing. People north of us got anywhere from 15 to 30, and south of us got the same. So it was quite you know, quite disappointing is the word, that we only got 2 mils and 4 mils. And then fortunately yesterday morning we had a shower come through, and that gave here at the shed an extra 2.5 mils, so that got the shed up to 6.5, and down at Rasheen I got 4.5, so it brought me up to 6.5 as well. So that was fantastic. So we ended up with 6.5 mil in total, so very happy with that. The urea and Agstar that I spread out on the paddock just here will absolutely be loving that. Yeah, we might do a crop tour today. I need to go and check all the barley and the wheat anyway, and see what stage we're at with that. So Henry's going to get spreading, and I reckon maybe I'll go for a crop tour, go for a drive around all the crops, have a look, make sure everything's all right, nothing's eating it, nothing's dying, nothing wasn't, you know, missed when seeding, and yeah, then we can see how far off Henry is from doing broadleaf timing and trace element top up in the cereals, which I think in the barley when we get down there it's not going to be far off. So anyway, I'm going to wait for Henry. He's going to bring the spread around here and we'll get him loaded. So whilst I'm filling, Henry's got the well, that's what you use to calibrate it. What do you call that thing? The weight? I don't know. We use that to calibrate, so we need that. That's how we get our scale factor. I didn't do that when we did the Agstar and urea because they're 2 different weights. I just went off urea's general weight from last year, and obviously we need to just check it this year. Urea changes with every load you get, really. You can get, well, every boat, I guess, every shipload that comes in, you can get really light urea, or you can get quite some heavy urea, big pebbles or little pebbles. It all just depends. And then obviously this is coated with sustain, so that's going to add some weight to it as well. So we just want to make sure we're getting it all perfect and right, and make sure it's all going to go out at the correct rate of 50 kilos a hectare. Otherwise we will have well, we'll run out short, or we might have heaps left over. He's all full. I'm going to grab the trays and we're going to head out and just chuck them out and see how we go with this wind. Yeah, we're hoping we can still spread all right. We're still going to continue to spread to 120 or 36 meters. And actually I've got a gas bottle on the back because the gas ran out last night. I've got to get that off. What was I saying? Yeah, so we're still going to spread to 120 feet and see how that goes. If the wind does become an issue, what we'll do is we're going to bring it back to 80 foot and then just do the program at 80, and then that way we know we're going to get a consistent coverage. The only issue with 80 is it does take a longer time to do it. As you're going down more runs, you're not spreading as far, and obviously when you got urea, you want to get out before rain, you want to get as much done as possible, so you want to go to your maximum width as efficiently as possible. So that's 120 foot, 36 meters. So we're all going to go out and find out together. I've got the ute loaded up to head out. Henry's already out there, but it's coming in out of the wind. I'm going to show you guys something that I don't think I've shown you guys before. So this is our gauge, and it tells us how big our urea is. More of just a thing for us to know that we're not getting, you know, too small of stuff, or, you know, essentially dust. So essentially you fill up the biggest side first, which is what I've done, and then we just go like this and give it a shake until it's all through, all done, nothing more. So it gives us a percentage. So we got 50% of stuff is 3.3 mils. We got about 45% is 2 mil, and then the rest is sort of split up between, I'm going to say it's probably like 1.5 mil, something like that. So it's a pretty good range, really, to have that. If it was all in that 2 mil range or less, we're going to really struggle to fling it. So you do want that good mixture of big and small, just so that we can make sure that we can launch the pebbles, you know, a decent amount. So there you go. You will have to excuse the wind noise if there's wind noise coming through. It's like 22 k's, so something like that, so it's a bit windy. Right, now the trays. Henry's, I'm gonna have to get to and do it. He's about to go around these trees. So I'm on a tram here. I'm about to set it up on a 120 foot, 36 meter spread. He's gonna come on his run on that side. He's then gonna come on this one here, and then he'll come back down on that one, and then we'll check the trays. You do that because you get overlap, and that's how you check your consistency. So yeah, I'm gonna put the camera down and get to throwing some trays out. All right, I'm all set, ready for him to come down. It is a lot different to when we do gypsum and lime. Obviously we're going at higher rates, so we get a lot more in our trays. It's a lot easier to see. We need to put in the catches. So these things here, they're a pain in the ass, but you got to put them in because your rear will bounce out. So that just stops it from bouncing. And because we're only going 50 kilos a hectare, we're not going to see a whole lot in here. So Henry's just finished going around the trees. He's about to come up here. So let's see what we got. Okay, here he comes. I had to change everything. I lined up on the damn bloody wrong tram line, so I had to shift everything that way. And then we got a stubble block just there, which he would have been driving over. So I had to move everything this way because the spreader will come past, but it's not, it shoots so far back you need to go right past to make sure you're getting a good coverage. So yeah, anyway. Okay, so I'm right on the 36 metre boundary. Nothing went in that. I saw it, it spread straight past me. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of the way now. Oh! So that spread way past me then. It really is so hard to tell with your rear. I'll show you guys when we get it done, but there's just only freckles in there. But that spread past me, so that's why when we do our thing, we go up that one, up our tram, up the other one, because you get your overlap. Because I can see in this one I've got, I don't know, 6 urea beads, and in that one there's 3. So there would have been, you know, 3 from the other side, but maybe the wind caught it or something, so that's why it didn't all go in. But we're just trying to get an even spread. What we don't want is to have stripping, so that's when your crop sort of looks like this, because you're trying to spread too far, or you're not got consistent urea, something like that, and it just doesn't spread the width basically, and you end up with the crop growing really good, down, really good, down, really good, down. So we just want to avoid that. So you can see where Henry is, and you see where Henry is? I'm still getting hit by Urea there. So you can see how far forward he goes and Urea is still coming back. So that was hitting to about this tram line here. So yeah, we'll see. There is the camera showing it up? You got the occasional Urea bead in there. It's not going to be worth measuring into the containers, but we'll be able to get a visual representation ourselves of how it's looking. Oh, it's much nicer inside a car, let me tell you. Anyway, what we're going to do, it's going more to the middle, and when I say more, it's not a huge amount. It's only a tiny bit more to the middle, but we want to try and get a little bit more consistent because, you know, with nitrogen you want to make sure everything's correct. So what we're going to do, when we had the gypsum and the lime, we couldn't get it to the center as well. So Jono was telling us to try and get it to land on the spinners as late as possible. So what we're going to do is change up, I'll show you when we get over there, we're going to change up where it's landing. And we're going to make it get on the spinner sooner so that it spreads out earlier, and hopefully that will fix that issue. What we're going to change is this here. So you got our numbers here and we change the angle. So at the moment, if we go like this, you can see it's all landing about here, which is about there. And what we want to do is just turn it in more. So it's currently at 6, I'm going to go to 8. Do a drastic change and see an improvement, and then you can alter from there. So I'm going to change it to, so that's where it was. I'm going to change it to there, and then that is going to land on the spinner earlier. And if I get my so it's landing here, coming out here instead of where it was there, and hopefully that's enough to make the difference of getting a little bit more out to the edge. Again, I apologize for the wind. So that's going to help us get a little bit more out to the edge. We don't need a huge amount. It is pretty even across the board. We just are lacking slightly on the edges. So yeah, we're just going to adjust this. Hopefully it makes the improvement, and we'll be all good. But I just had a phone call, so I couldn't show the first round that he did. But we've got Urea in there now. We didn't on that so the wind's coming from this side. We didn't have it on the downwind side, or the upwind side I should say. So already we're looking better. I can see I'm about to get hit. Yep. That has made a dramatic improvement. So we've got a lot in there. I know you guys probably can't see that. We'll go up to the middle and see what's there, because hopefully we haven't taken it away from the middle, and we haven't. So again, you guys probably can't see. It is it's amazing what adjusting just a little thing can do. So all we did was just adjust it so it's landing on the spinner earlier, and it's giving that time. Does it mean it's in there longer? I think it's in there longer, and it means it's shooting out earlier, further. Now I'm just confusing myself. The spreader paradox, who knows? So we'll wait for him to come up on his other side. It's just going all the way to the end there and turning around, and then we'll see what it looks like. But I'm more than happy to send him on his way and get him spreading, because that is yeah, a huge improvement, and yeah, much better. Also happy to report that the canola is looking a lot better now after that 6 mils of rain here. It's not looking wilted anymore, and it's perked up. This stuff is it's nice and consistent. It's not as big as the stuff I was spreading earlier, and that's because this was seeded probably about 4 or 5 days later. So yeah, it's going to get smaller the further we go along. But what is great to see is the consistency in it, and if you look up in you can see green. It's just it's nice to see all the canolas come up even, which is keep harping on it, but it's fantastic to see. So Henry's sorted out spreading, so I've just popped back to the shed for a quick smoko, and I thought, you know what, it's time to retire the old glasses. They are they're scratched, but what the worst thing is, obviously I've got something sprayed on there at some point, you know, oil, something like that during seeding, and I've wiped it and it's ruined the lenses. So it's like got little, I guess the way to say is like little worms all the way over my my glasses. So I do get a lot of questions about who they are. So there you go, it's front side. Well, yeah, front side, just Google them and you'll find them. Not sponsored, nothing like that. They're just a really good pair of glasses that I enjoy wearing. They fit comfortable. They look good, and they've got the side protection there, and they're safety rated. So they are certified to Australian and New Zealand standards. Blah 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 blah, and oh my god, that makes a hell of a difference. So if you're wanting them, just Google front side. The local guys in town sell them, so that's where I got mine from. But yeah, they're a good brand. I like wearing them, so if you do too, there you go. I'm out in our barley now. So this was our first sown barley. So this is going to be the most advanced of stuff. I'll go for a drive over the other stuff and just put my eye over it, but this is going to be the one that we would need to hit first. And having a look at it, it's all looking very nice, very even. The paddock is it's very clean. Henry does very well at getting on top and spraying the weeds and keeping them down. So when we come out and do our broadleaf spray, I don't think there's going to be much broadleaf out here, but yeah, there will be some, I suppose, and we'll get them. You know, we've had the rain, it'll be germinated, so there will be some broadleafs out there. Just not a huge amount, which is good. And then yeah, we'll got our trace elements on top, so our zinc, our copper, our manganese, and then also lontrel. So lontrel is like a residue chemical, so that stays on there, and that stops the fleabane from growing through. So just having a look where the crop is, it's all pretty clean, pretty nice. Just there I'm seeing possible spot type just there, but not a huge amount of that, so we might need to chuck a fungicide in with our what's it called, our broadleaf brew as well. But that one we just wait and see, and we've still got a little while. So we are 1, 2, 3, we're 4 leaf, 5th leaf emerging. So you want to be I think it's always something I got to remember, but I think it's 6th leaf emerging, and then stem elongation is with the second node is what you want to be aware of when you're spraying. You can't go past second node elongation when it starts to get past like 2 fingers in length. That's when you're going to start doing yield damage to your barley. So I'm sure if I had 2 hands I'd be able to feel the first node. But a node, because I know you're going to ask, is this. So the node is can you see? The node is that part there and that part there. So like the knuckle of the stem, it helps give it strength as it's growing. So where my fingers are there, that's where the in the wheat, yeah, this was wheat, where the 2 nodes were. So we want the first, obviously it starts down here, but we want the nodes no further apart than 2 fingers when we go to spray the broadleaf, so the Tiger X, otherwise that will cause damage to yield. We're still a little while off after this rain, hopefully rain over the weekend. We might be a week or 2, so it's not going to be Henry finishing Cletho going straight into this. I think he'll have about a week break on the boom before we get into this, so we'll probably get we'll go for a drive over the rest of it, but we'll probably get Luke out here next week sometime, and we'll cast his eye over it and see what he reckons. But yeah, that's sort of where we're going to be at with this. So just on the other side of the track, we're in the wheat now, and the wheat is looking fantastic. It's nice and thick. We try with our seeding rates, we go high. We could go higher, but we go that high to avoid the getting a gap in our rows. So normally we're seeing like right here, see how we've got a gap there, you can fit a boot in, and there we're seeing less and less of that now with the higher seeding rate, and it's much better. Obviously, when you've got a gap, it's room for weeds, and it's you know, potential yield loss. So, but no, it's looking good out here. It's all looking healthy, and there's nothing out here eating it. And this is 3 leaf to 4, and don't quote me on it because I always get confused between the two, but I believe wheat is you got to be a minimum of like 5 or 6 leaf before you can spray it, otherwise you do yield damage. It's completely different to that one. That one you don't want to be above 6 leaf and stem elongation, otherwise you do yield damage, whereas this one, it's the other way around. Or I could be completely wrong. It's the yeah, remembering all your chemicals and stages of timings. This is why we got agronomists, and we pick their brains with everything. But yeah, as you can probably tell, it's still quite windy, but Henry's still spreading quite nicely to the width, so he's happily spreading out there, and hopefully it'll all be perfect for when that rain arrives at the end of the week. Barley over this side of the road is looking fantastic as well. Not as advanced. Well, actually, I'm going to say it's probably damn near the same, to be honest. It's nice and thick. It's nice and green. And yeah, as soon as we are able to get spraying, we will get spraying, because yeah, you really don't want to have yield damage when it comes to your barley. Well, anything really. But it's nice to see everything's up and growing and even, and yeah, the next thing to check, I'll go down to Hatton's and check our latest sown wheat and just make sure that's all looking good. But all in all, we're all a-okay at the moment. It's just going to be timings of when we get out here and get spraying and top up everything with its trace elements. Down at Hatton's now, and this is obviously our latest sown wheat. So when do we finish? 10th of May. So we're this stuff would have been in, so 10th over there, this stuff would have been like the 8th, something like that, and it's looking pretty good. It's probably looking a little bit more pale, this different soil type. This could definitely probably use manganese, just looking at it, which will be the advantage of having the liquid cart next year and having manganese down. Yeah, it's the reason why we put manganese on the fert, because our country is so manganese hungry. That's yeah, why we use manganese. But yeah, it is looking good. It's all come up. Doesn't look to be anything attacking it, which is nice. It's obviously at a much smaller stage. We're only looking at about 2 to 3 leaf here, so we've still got ages until Henry needs to get here and work this paddock. But it's looking good. It's clean, it's germinated, it's green across the board. So yeah, and as you can tell, it's still windy even though it's after lunch now. But yeah, Henry's still busy. He's spreading away. I'm about to go and grab the grader now. We've got the fencing contractor at the house, and while he's here, we're going to do our boundary fence along Cascade Road. So I'm going to go and sweep that with the grader and get that all nice and clean. And then also, this is our boundary fence here with the neighbour, so we're going to sweep this as well. It's starting to get a few trees and shrubs growing on it, so we're just going to sweep that clean while we've got the grader down here. So I reckon I'm going to go doing that, guys, and I reckon I'll leave the video there. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll catch you in the next one.